Greetings viewers, Jason here from Biker Bytes, and I am at my favorite place at the end of Lacey's Creek Road, just outside of Debra, at the start of the trail that goes through Diagula National Park. It's about a 20 kilometer loop back to the road and then back out again. So it's a nice short route. Takes about, probably depending on the condition of the road, maybe an hour. It's a lot of uphills and downhills and stuff, so it's a nice day out. It takes me about an hour to get here, 45 minutes to an hour to get here from Brisbane. It's about 60 k's away, all minor roads. It's a very nice trip, but it's, yeah, I just love it here. It's four-wheel drive has already gone by, so I'm not sure how busy it's going to be today, but it shouldn't be too bad. But it is going to be the first real test of the bike since it had the new tires put on. You may have saw the video I did in the Glasshouse Mountains a couple of weeks ago. That was mainly sand stuff. This is going to be climbs, up and down, rocky, all kinds of stuff. Not so much sand, but mainly rocks, loose rocks and gravel and stuff. Additionally, we've got the high bars put on, or rather the 2.5 centimeter razors and the Pro Taper Contour high bars. And the main thing is the suspension. I had the suspension done the other week, so the front and rear has been revalved, and tougher springs, only slightly tougher because I'm not a big person. So they've got new springs. It's been revalved, and that's mainly to carry the additional weight when I go on camping trips, and the terrain, obviously. So the bike's handling a little bit stiff on road, but I can live with that. Better that way than have it just bog out every time on the harder stuff, which it was doing with the stock suspension, because as we know, it's very soft. So yeah, it'd be great to test that out properly. I did test it out the other week, but that was only on a couple of 100 meters. You may have seen that video if I bother even posting that one, but there you go. And also we've got the fork brace as well. So quite a few changes since I was last here, so it's going to be good. So as you can see, I'm all kitted up in my spacesuit. I've got no luggage, it's just me. So all right, that's it. Okay, right, let's get on the bike and head off. That's one way to destroy the beautiful silence. All right, oh, put it in gear, Tomlins. So a car has gone up ahead. I've given him some time to get some distance in front. All right, so here we go, Diagula National Park, Range Road. How long has it been since I was last here? I have to look back at the videos. Take it nice and steady to begin with until I get my sea legs. Let's stand up. Yeah, standing up is better. Watch these corners. It's Sunday, traffic might be around. I think I've got a fly up my nose. do have the Relieve map tracking application. There they are. Obviously they're going to let some air out of their tyres. Yes, the front is a lot better going over those ruts like that. Suspension's soaking that up a lot better. As you can see, or maybe you can't because of the GoPro, but it is quite rutty and rocky. Oh, hanging on for dear life. This will break the suspension in pretty good. Settle it in. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm using the Relieve application that tracks your journey. So if I can figure out how to work it, I can add that into the video so you guys can see exactly where it is in this beautiful country where I am riding. This first section going up that's the most challenging. But I gotta say, it's a lot better with the mods that have been put on the bike since I was last here, which is a fair bit. Now I'm no expert rider, and a lot of you will be saying get some speed up, blah blah blah, but I can tell you I haven't done this track at this speed before, so that goes a little way to show the difference it's made to this bike. On the right coming up is a favourite picnic spot for me and the wife's. Come here in the 76 and have our picnic. 76 to you non-Australians is a Toyota Land Cruiser 76 series. Oh yeah. I do want to make sure I don't get overconfident, because you have a tendency to just push your little boundaries bit by bit, and before you know it you've gone above and beyond what you're capable of. So I just have to take quick check of myself every now and then. corners. I can't do those power slides intentionally anyway. Helicopter landing pad. Whoa. Probably catch up with that other vehicle. Oh no, I passed him, didn't I? Letting his tyres down. No, I haven't let any air out of these tyres. I've noticed that since the suspension's been done, you get a lot more air. Oh, I'm in neutral. Ha! A lot more air going over these whoops and stuff, mini jumps. I guess that's because the springs don't suck all the potential energy out of them. So you may have seen my riding gear earlier. I've got all the linings out because it's just into spring here now in Brisbane, Queensland, and typically the weather does warm up fairly quickly, which it has done. So come on, let's go. Oh man, here we go. So yeah, now one time when I first got in these, started wearing this, the trousers and the boots. Is he gonna let me go? Possibly. I didn't like it. It felt too cumbersome. More traffic. But now I've got used to riding with it on, and the boots have, be careful around here, the boots have worn in, grown accustomed to the trousers, actually I quite like wearing it now. It feels good. It feels the right thing to do. Now I think this maybe is Clovers Lookout already. I think it is, just round the corner here. I'm barely holding on to the steering at the moment. My hands are just loosely around the grips. And the bike is wanting to track just great. Clovers Lookout, which is where I would usually stop, maybe have a bite to eat. And on the early days of my riding, I would actually call it a day there and head back where I came. As time goes by and your confidence builds, and I learnt my way around the forest, you've woohoo, better stand up, a bit rough. You start venturing into terra incognita. This is Clovers Lookout. Oh, the suspension is great. There we go, quite busy. A couple of families. Alright, so I kind of split this track up into 3 parts really, and that is end of section 1. So a lot of it is downhill and uphill. I think the Clovers Lookout, being a lookout, means it's like one of the high points of this route. Woo. Another vehicle. Should have been standing up for that, but I'm really impressed how this has been, how the bumps are soaking this up. Looks like it's going to let me go. Maybe not. Yep. I thought it would be quite popular today. Oh, there's a big rock. It is Father's Day in Australia, actually. Alright, where was I? What was I saying? I'm just taking it a little bit more carefully, going down than up, because obviously if there's something coming in the opposite direction, your stopping ability, see look, I just overshot there, your stopping ability is, whoa, can you just love the way that the spring just soaked that up. It's going to be greatly reduced. So engine braking down here in second. On the pegs. Alright, bit of a straight. Warming up a bit even with the liners out. may not look as fast to you on screen, but believe me, to me this is adrenaline pumping. Hopefully the GoPro doesn't pack up on me. So I'm using a combination of front and rear brake. Whoa! Overshot that one. I'll switch you off for the moment. We've had a good first 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes, and I'll switch you back on a bit further down the track. You're on. So one of the reasons why I picked, did I not change? Picked doing a track this way round is quite often, that's better, quite often people will start where I started and make their way to the bottom end of the trail, which the other end of the trail, which is called the gantry, which is a large area for family picnics and so forth, and also the starting point for many other trails as well. So I have passed more cars than cars have passed me coming the other direction. So that one there you just saw a minute ago, coming around a corner, which is why you've always got to be on your guard around corners and stick to the outside lane. So one of the things I tend to do when riding on the road is using a combination of front and rear brake in more or less equal pressure. That doesn't work on gravel. So I'm having to get used to more reliance on the front brake and just a very light dab on the rear when necessary, because otherwise, as you can imagine, you just slide. It doesn't take a lot of pressure on the rear to cause that effect. So I've had to undo my jacket a little bit because it is getting hot. Wow. Maybe not if you sat around doing nothing, but doing this, it's a bit of a workout for you. So there was more squeeze there by a far on the front brake, just a slight pressure on the rear. Down hillage. Oh yes, front suspension took that. Another vehicle coming. It's very nice of him. Stuff. All right, well viewer, that's under stage 2, and now if you wanted to go to the gantry, you'd go up there. If you want to head back to the road, you go down there, and that's where I'm going. So this will take us all the way back to the main, well, it's not a main road, it's a country road, no through road. I can't believe that I've just done that track in the time I've done it. So what time did I say it was earlier? I think it was 12 o'clock, wasn't it? We'll do another time check when we get to the bottom here, because I don't think this is a very long road and pretty easy going. Well, gotta be careful around here, you've got to behave yourself. Behave yourself. Now the reason why I didn't want to go to the gantry is because the way back is quite, by the roads, is quite a distance. And going this way means I can get back and probably have time for some lunch and then chillax. Slow down, Tomlins. See what I mean about getting a little bit too overconfident? Pretty gravelly here. And that's the end of it. I don't believe how quick I managed to do that. Less than an hour. Holy cow. Whoops. Holy cow. Amazing. So, to summarise, the suspension was superb, the tyres did their job, the raised bars, actually I could do with it a little bit more, so I don't want to actually raise the bars any further, so I think lower foot pegs are in order. which will help for a comfier highway ride as well. So double advantage to that, because I'm quite happy with the riding heights of these bars right now. I don't want them like, you know, goofy like a chopper. So yeah, lowered pegs. And the steering brace, well, I guess that did the job too. The bike was tracking awfully well. I didn't feel sort of like skating on ice at any point. Obviously the only dodgy times were where I overshot a corner, but that was just down to braking really. And like I say, braking off-road is vastly different from braking on-road, so it's one of those things you're going to learn. But absolutely blown away by the difference. Absolutely. Well, there you go, viewers. A nice quick morning run, back in time for lunch, and nice relaxing Sunday arvo coming up. Cup of tea, bit of YouTube, superb. Alright, so thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that one. I certainly did. That was a blast. And if you haven't already, give us a subscription, give us a subscribe, and do like this video if you enjoyed it as much as I did. And I'll see you on the next one. Biker Bytes, over and out.